fucked. They're gonna be fucked.
It's gonna. It's gonna suck. Oh my god, who's calling me?
Who's calling you? They're on the stream. Whoever it is, bet you it's Chris.
Is it the stream?
No, no, the stream is running, but
hello.
I can see who it is.
It's a robot.
Robot talking. Robot time. We're just letting you know that you're due for your oil change.
Pretty much.
Robot oil change. Got to keep them on the calendar. Chris was asking when we were going to go live. We're live, and Chris is not here. So nobody's here. I'm not impressed, Chris. Are they reading the Declaration of Independence for you?
Yeah. I got it. Thank you. I don't need the fucking thing. I'm not gonna get into it yet because I'm gonna discuss it on the show because it's the only interesting thing I did over the weekend.
Okay, well that's good.
Doing a party.
Got a couple things going on there. Well, nobody's.
Yeah, that show's gonna suck. By the way.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna deliver anything good. We're going to alienate more people. We're gonna move over Benny Graves because we're the new low point on that fucking show. I'm telling you.
Thought this was it. Let's bring in the construction equipment. Bring in the dynamite. We're blowing holes all through this shit.
I'm gonna get the one we have with Jesse. I'm gonna clam up.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna be
real quiet.
I'm not gonna say a word. Excuse me. I'm just gonna do that the whole time.
Yeah.
Just belch, guttural belches.
And different tones for different responses. Yeah, but like a MIDI keyboard.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Actually,
beautiful. Well.
Here we are.
I'm contributing to.
Yeah, bring it on.
Let's just start the show.
Just started. I don't have anything good to say.
Who cares?
Nobody cares. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares.
Wait, what is it doing over here? Why is it over here? On? That's wrong.
There's no. Oh,
that's
fuck.
not. That's where we want it to be. This is starting way too fast. Something's wrong.
Good.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then, wait. What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Welcome back to another episode, up and down and sideways. Another episode of the Kickstart with Matt and Matt.
Matt got malfunctioned. He stuck his finger in a light socket. It could discombobulate.
I have a couple of things that I do like on a weekly basis, like show sort of things, and I have. Of course, as I do with everything, I say the same thing at the beginning of every one of them. But the problem is, if I am not razor sharp, they all blend together. It's tough.
It's like test taking. You know, when you're doing a paper test taking. Let me explain to you the worst tests that I ever took was in college. They were the hardest fucking tests. I had to. They were all written. They asked you to just write out concepts of like the what we had discussed. But it couldn't just be like general grasp of it, like kind of like what we do here on this show.
Sure.
It had to be like specific textbook like shit. So I had to I had to write out answers beforehand.
Oh yeah, right.
Like days before and memorize and rehearse them so I could.
Them in.
How was that learning?
It's Shakespeare.
I'm learning to be an actor, I guess. I'm acting like this is not a fucking mind fuck and a useless bullshit
exactly
stuff to learn. Like. It was the hardest class I had.
Yeah.
And it was over. And guess what? I can't tell you what any of the stuff I did in the
Zero,
class
because
was.
as soon as it went on the page, it went out of the brain.
Well, like, just because you can make things absurdly difficult doesn't make them valuable.
Yes, exactly.
Or does
right.
not make it more memorable.
Yeah.
It actually is a lot more like the edutainment aspect. That's like a lot more memorable to people if you have some fun and you connect it emotionally.
Kim Kardashian is a lawyer, an actual lawyer.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We somehow we're lower on like the professional totem pole than
I'm just saying.
What the fuck? There's the fact to make you feel stupid for the week.
There you go.
Kim
That's right.
Kardashian's more educated than you are.
Far more.
Unless you're a lawyer listening to the show.
Yes, then
case,
congratulations, because now all you need is a better ass.
Your card.
and that you can take care of with surgery. You don't have to do anything but pay money.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah, that's all you need. A little Brazilian butt lift.
But don't do it down in the fucking back alleys. Of
No.
Definitely
fill it with, make sure you pay for it. Did you hear there was a plane full of, I think, Mexican nationals that crashed into Mount Everest last week?
What? What?
Yeah. It was great. They were out there like on a
shit.
sightseeing expedition to see. I don't know if they were like going to see all the dead bodies littered all over the mountain or whatever. But something happened. They crashed. They all died.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's great.
Imagine going to tour. Well, we can all imagine this because we have last month.
Yeah.
Imagine going to tour the site of wreckage only to become part of it.
That's right. It's the irony.
The fucking irony.
Yeah.
More rich people.
Yeah, it's really immersive.
I feel like the universe is listening to the cries of the masses.
And I think
Let
it's about
the
time.
rich burn.
That's right. It's about time to start those fires. More rich people, by the way. Trump, he's going to be in trouble in a couple days. He's getting
more trouble.
He's more trouble.
Mm.
He's going to be indicted with charges to trying to overturn the election, because this other whole rigmarole was just about the insurrection.
Right.
And so this is going to be about all his election shit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what's in trouble. I saw a video. What's really in trouble is his fucking golf swing. I saw this video of him, and he sliced this fucking thing.
Well,
he took a shot, and it went diagonal.
Yeah.
Completely away from anything.
If you take a potato and you put it on a fork and you go like this, that potato is going to go flying. And that's the equivalent of what's happened with him holding the golf ball. He's the potato.
I don't understand how a man can play that much fucking golf and suck so bad at it.
Everybody tells him he's great because he pays him.
That's true. Yeah, he's not learning anything.
Doing great. This is the real way to play. You know,
he's not as valuable as Kim Kardashian is.
No, he definitely
he can't litigate.
No, definitely he can't do a whole
he can
lot.
Only delegate.
The other thing that's going on in relation to that, there's 16 electors from different districts in Michigan. Okay. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
They've all been charged with multiple felonies for falsely certifying Trump as winning their districts.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah, so all kinds of shit.
More consequences.
Keep it coming.
I like consequences.
That's like consequences. It really is. It's a good thing to see the other shoe drop, as they
that's
say,
right.
You know,
it's about fucking time.
That's exactly right.
Sick of it.
Yeah.
Finally, this has been the best summer ever. Trump's getting in more trouble.
Yep.
Dumb rich people getting squashed at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep.
Or smashed in a plane.
It's like God's back.
Yeah.
It's like
welcome back.
It's like, shit,
God,
sorry,
tour 2023.
I overslept 2,000 years. Let's
start righting these wrongs.
Yeah, who's this guy? Man, he
sucks. He's slowly answering all the emails.
It's like blah blah blah. Cain killed his brother. Oh, and other way around.
What? Wouldn't it be great if there was
a
lot of Hitler stuff?
Man,
these Jews. I thought I made it clear.
What? I hated the Titanic. Why are they going to look at what I hate? No, not this time.
Don't you know my least favorite thing about humanity is hubris?
Yeah, exactly right.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Well, you haven't figured it out by now? Read the book.
It's like God went to sleep and he stopped making people, and then they just kept making each other, and he's just like, wow, this is getting real inbred.
Where all these fucking people come from?
Holy, what the fuck?
There was 8 of you.
There was supposed to be like 3,000 ever. There's 7 billion. This ant farm has got way out of hand.
Listen, I flushed this whole planet. There were 8 people. You open fucking animals? Is that why there's so many?
Do you know that there is that you can viably you can viably create a zygote in a hamster with a hamster egg and a human sperm, and they do this. It's called a humpster.
What? I don't think this is real.
It doesn't come to fruition. It never gets to become. It never goes beyond like the first phase.
Yeah,
it's not viable totally.
Yeah, of course,
but it can't. But they use it scientifically to study like that level of.
I see.
You know, pre-embryonic, like
sure.
the cells coming together.
I wonder what the Catholics think about that.
I don't, unless they're the ones fucking the hamsters. I don't think that they're gonna like it too much. But if they're not aware, it's a see no evil
what are you
kind
saying
of deal.
About fucking hamsters?
God, it wouldn't even be. Send these guys on a plane to Everest. Why the hell are we doing this?
What have they done to us? Oh, it's been good. Let's see what else is going on. Pride Month is over.
Pride Month.
We didn't talk about that last
night. We did talk about it 2 times ago, I think.
Yeah. Well, we said it was going to be the last week of Pride Month.
Yeah.
That's all over. So till next year, just got to keep it to yourself, I guess, or just stay in those safe spaces. It's kind of like the game of Risk, like where you're taking over territories. Every Pride Month, you take over another territory, and eventually we'll have,
Ford,
equality.
Budweiser this year got totally rainbow-fied.
They did,
and so they're under the belt.
That's
and
right.
Now, as they
took over the Budweiser
2 steps
territory.
Forward, 1 step back.
Well,
keeps you moving.
Happens. It happens, and sometimes those steps are covered in hair. Like a Clydesdale. So,
okay. Like, where's it going with this? This is theater of the mind, people.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta play along. You gotta keep up.
When it starts vague, it better get specific real quick.
That's exactly right.
Because I get a little scared.
Well, I like to give you that little pause so you can cook something up in your head, so I can either egg you on with it, or sometimes it's all about popping that bubble.
That's right. Here's some theater of the mind. Alice and I went to go buy a new mattress, right? So we went to like this American Freight out there. It's like this big old, that's where I got originally like all my stuff for pretty cheap to furnish my place. And we looked around and we're like, yeah, we like this one. And the guy's like, all right, he's like, pick a backup, because I don't know.
No, not that.
Well, it was weird. Yeah, I didn't see any bloodstains, so I didn't think I was going to get transported to the Cenobite dimension.
Yes.
But yeah, he's like, pick a backup just in case we don't have it. And I'm like, this is a store. What do you mean you might not have it?
Yeah.
He just was like the most. So he was the most transparent, fucking slack off,
right? Whichever one I find first,
salesman kind of guy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And he comes back and he goes, we don't have it, but we have this other one. He goes, it's pretty good. And he goes, it's like this one. And I'm like, okay, that's not the one that I asked for.
Right.
And it's also like more expensive.
Sure.
So I'm like, now I'm like, I think we're just going to have to think about it. Right. We go online, and that one says it's at the store. It says it's at the store in that size. So we were like, we're like, let's just leave. Because I was like, I don't want to buy it from him.
Right.
And then I go, then we go to like a mattress warehouse or whatever, like across the street. And this old, like bad dye job, man boobs guy whose his teeth look like the mouth of Sauron.
Yeah,
you ever seen that?
Yeah,
where he's like the half of the like that guy with the teeth. I am not exaggerating when I tell you this. His teeth looked like that. Yeah. They were too big.
Right.
He hadn't seen a toothbrush in God only knows how fucking long.
And they chews coffee constantly.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much that it was discolored. It was just gross.
Yeah.
It was just too long, and he's like you can't like he had the kind of mouth that was like slobbery.
Yeah.
Like unintentionally.
Ends,
you know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, he was so fucking old too. And he like rolled up on us. He's very pleasant, right?
Sure, of course. But has to be makeup for the teeth.
And I'm like, I'm kind of stonewalling him because I'm just like, I don't really want to get into this. I don't like the whole salesman
I don't like him.
thing.
I don't want him to have hair.
I don't want him to have hair. No, I felt that way. And so but he's like got us in his tractor beam, so he proceeds to take us over to like this patented thing, like this thing where you lay on it, shows you where your pressure is.
Right.
It's this whole rigmarole, and he's like, okay, based on this readout, it's pretty cool, it's pretty neat. And he's just like trying really hard to ingratiate himself, and he's like, you guys ever listen to 105.7 The X? You know Nipsey? He goes, that's my son Nipsey. And he was so proud of Nipsey being his son, like he was some kind of fucking, like he was like, Robert De Niro was his son.
Right.
Like, we were all expected to shit ourselves like when he said this. And I couldn't be less impressed because the motherfucker is so annoying and fucking lame anyway.
That's it. There you go.
Oh my God. I was like, wow, that's actually a shot against you.
Yeah.
That your
losing
progeny
points. Yeah.
is fucking stupid.
That's right.
And people like, I guess he mentioned people hated him because he replaced Stern on 105.7 The X.
Yeah.
Like Howard Stern worked for this
Yeah,
Pennsylvania bumfuck radio show. He just took over the spot that the syndication was in.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. So him just trying to overestimate his importance.
Yes.
And then he's like, and as listeners and you know, as listeners of the show, like, you guys will get a special discount. And I'm gonna throw in these pillows. And the fucking mattresses he's showing us are like $2,000. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is fine. These are nice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my budget. Here's the top of my budget.
Sure.
So a motherfucker proceeds to like go and show me one that's like actually within like not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But he still ends up working it so it's at the top of my budget.
Of course.
That I told him.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, it just needs to get done. And I'd done enough research. I'm like, fine, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe that the Mouth of Sauron sold me a mattress.
It's
and
deceiving.
he also, excuse me, forgive me, but he one more descriptor, which was very prevalent. He smelled like pee.
Yeah.
He smelled like,
there you go.
I couldn't tell what it was, this like stale kind of gross smell.
You
like,
bought
what
a
is-
mattress from a cryptid, dude. That wasn't even a real person. The teeth should have given it away immediately.
None of it felt like a real person.
You only look that way if you've been chewing wood or something weird out in the forest.
Yeah, you only look and smell that way if you've
Yeah.
been like out of touch with society.
You have to cover yourself in pee so that you can intimidate your subordinates.
He heard the radio one time and he heard Nipsey talking and he goes, all right, this is my cover story.
That's
my son. All right, perfect. The humans will never know. And the more
'Cause even if
mattresses
they
he
hate
sells,
me, they won't hate me as much as they hate my son for taking over Stern's spot on the radio on 105.7 The X.
oh my God, Allison's like, I've never even heard that. I've never even heard of him. I said he's fucking annoying. Like he's fucking lame, and I don't care about that guy's life.
Who the fuck cares?
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's just so. Oh
I guess he
my
was
God.
practicing trying to put you to sleep. So that way, when you wake up, you're like, "Oh, this is
But-
comfortable. I
but
will buy this
it's-
$2,000 mattress."
No, but it's like the night terror demon that's at the end of your bed trying to
right,
sing you a
exactly.
lullaby because it's so gross you don't want to look at it. But it's it's like his mouth looked like, you ever seen like in It with Tim Curry and
Yeah.
and he's got those real fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
There you go. That's it.
It was just gnarled and fucking sick.
Just completely destroyed, demolished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was old enough to be the inspiration for the Mouth of Sauron in Lord of the Rings. So
well, and I'm sure he played some part in that. We're not going to take that from him, too.
that's true. They can take the color of his hair.
That's right.
They can take his body, but they can't. They can take his continence.
I'm pretty sure you were dealing with a mythical creature, though. I don't think.
I swear to God, he
This
smelled
does
like.
not sound like a person.
Allison was like, I was like, yeah, it fucking smelled weird. And she's like, do you smell that too? I was
Yeah.
like, he smelled like pee.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're right. He did smell like pee. And
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's probably wearing a diaper.
Sure.
I'm sitting there ripping on this old fucking guy, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. I have the right to because I paid for it because he got a lot of my
Absolutely.
fucking money.
He did, yeah.
So I can say whatever I
That's
want
exactly
about him.
right. You own him for at least the next couple weeks.
That's right. That's right. Until I break it in. And the warranty expires.
That's right. Once that goes and you tear that tag off, that's it. That's the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that was the excitement of my like weekend. Prior to that, we had like a little cookout party, and that was cool.
That's right. Yeah.
How'd you like that chori pan thing?
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
That's fine, yeah.
It didn't. It
was okay. This
ring
is-
any bells for me.
There's this like I looked. I don't know where I found this. I just came across this thing where it was like the world's best hot dog.
Mhm.
It was voted the world's best hot dog. Is this Argentinian hot dog?
Sure.
It's this like chorizo and it's got this chimichurri over it, and
Mhm.
it's on like a French bread roll. So I tried to make it just
Right.
to see how it was.
Sure.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's got some kick to it. Did you get the spicy one or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just, for me, when we're talking about a hot dog, it's more about
Mhm.
what's on it than what's in it.
Yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
how I feel
The-
because
the-
what's in it is a nightmare. So
That's
literally
true.
inside of there is a nightmare. Yeah. Yep. So that's why
What's
I cover it in
inside
hot
of it?
sauce.
That's right. What's inside of it is as healthy as the content of what I had to endure of conversation.
Yeah.
When I bought a mattress.
Exactly right. It all ties in. It all ties in.
It's all because they can't make these goddamn mattresses last a lifetime.
No.
They can make stuff that goes into space.
Yes.
But they can't make it so that no, of course they don't. It's called planned obsolescence, people.
That's exactly right. Because if you only buy it once, you're not going to put a whole lot of money into it because you're not going to trust them that you can only have to buy it once.
That's true.
And therefore, because they already fucked themselves, they dug themselves into a hole that they could not climb out of. And so now the only thing down there is a bunch of piss, and that's why those salesmen smell. Because I mean, where else is the pee going to go? I mean, if the dirt becomes waterlogged at a certain point, it won't accept any more piss, and so it just goes up. And then when they finally pull you out of the on a bucket or whatever to put you in the store that day, of course you smell like piss. You've been in the bottom of this hole you dug for yourself with the planned obsolescence.
His wife, by the way, he was like 60. He was like 68.
Yeah.
His wife was like 78. He said.
He loves
like
old
a
ladies.
point of pride. Like, I'm not sure if he was more proud of the fact that like she was still alive.
She's gonna die way before me, or maybe at the same time.
Well, she's gonna die on a mattress just like this,
just like this,
just this soft
great.
too.
It's gonna
be great.
And
you know what it's gonna
the
smell
next
like?
Series.
I smell like piss all the time, so that way I don't have to be awoken with the sad reality that my wife is dead, because the first thing you do when you die is evacuate your bowels.
This is conditioning training.
When I smell piss, I just think everything's all right. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
It's to take some of the edge off of that inevitable
Oh,
day.
man, I was a Scientologist for a little while. They taught me how to float the needle that way. They said just keep exposing yourself to it. Works except for those indecent exposure things. But so yeah, I watched a movie the other day.
Oh, which one?
Glorious film called The Outlaws. It's a Netflix show.
Okay.
Featuring Adam Devine.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And Pierce fucking Brosnan looking like a little bit older Julia Noble from The Matador. Like the costumes were the same. He had his hair practically the same. The difference being he has a little beard now.
I don't know. I think his wardrobe's probably just his wardrobe.
No, believe me, no. I know what he wears these days because I've on his Instagram.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, so it was fucking fantastic. So it was pretty funny too. It was the usual Netflix sort of movie.
Yeah.
But the idea is like the girl's parents are like thieves or whatever, professional criminals, and she doesn't know that until this point. And he, Adam Devine, is the guy who's marrying her, or whatever. And he, are they getting married?
It's like a meet the parents kind of.
Yeah, basically. But he is like a bank manager, and so he eventually helps them break into a bank and all that kind of stuff. So
he becomes
hilarious
complicit.
hijinks and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's but it was decent. It was worth a watch.
Okay.
Something to occupy your oculars with. But the thing that we didn't talk about last time, Juan's saying it's been a week already.
It's been 1 week since.
It's been 1 week.
Yeah, since I looked at Juan.
Yes, it has. It's been a while.
It's weird because I haven't seen Juan in person prior to that since like April because of some MonsterCon.
Right,
Thankfully, we have those. But yeah, like it's been, a few months, and then it'll be a couple more months before we see him probably.
Yeah. Well, it's coming down the line.
Yeah.
And we got some very exciting news about that. Corey Feldman is doing a fucking concert.
Oh my God. So he's not at Monster Mania, but he's doing one here locally.
Yeah.
Like real locally, like at a spot that we were going to play.
Fuck yes.
At the Double Barrel Roadhouse.
Oh my God.
The fucking hoedown. We bought tickets.
Oh, immediately.
I was like, we have to see this. And the fucking crazy thing is that he's going to be doing it at the end of September. And then 2 weeks later,
we'll see
he's going to be at MonsterCon in Hunt Valley, which is only
if he doesn't get arrested. We'll see.
Well, yeah, he's always on the edge of that. He's always on the edge of that. We got a couple more months still.
Yeah, it's just like what Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid, yeah, who is also coming. Is he coming to ours?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna be a mental.
See if we make it.
A whole mental situation.
Juan's asking if he's going to do his Michael Jackson impression.
Yeah,
that is his whole show.
That's his bit, man.
His whole thing. And I'm wondering if the Angels are going to be there, because if they are, the show's going to be even better.
It's listed as with the Angels.
Oh my God!
It's Corey Feldman and the Angels.
Because
Because Allison's like, "What are the Angels?" And I was like,
"They're just."
She's like, "Do they just dance around and like play instruments?" I'm like, "Yep."
They're the band. Yeah,
they're the band. They're his band.
The band. Yeah, but
he dances around and lip syncs.
Yeah, they're very scantily clad. It's but yeah, this was a perfect example of how Matt and I's dynamic makes stuff like this happen, because I saw it and I was like, oh, look at that. Isn't that funny? I'm going to send it to Matt so that he could get a laugh out of it too. And then he responds, I need the link to that right now so I can get tickets. We have to go. And I was like, oh yeah, we should go to it. It would be funny. To me, it's just, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to stay right here and talk about how cool this is. Yeah. And that's like, we have more experiences we can have here. Yeah. So
let's dig into it.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm so pleased.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm so pleased because when he was announced to come to Hunt Valley, I was like super excited because I was like, great. Corey Feldman's somebody that I never thought I'd meet, but it would be cool to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really want to see is another G. Tom Mack level performance.
Oh my God. So do
By the way, I have so much to lead into with him because G. Tom Mack, first of all, I'm sure that they've intersected.
Oh, of course.
So that's a whole conversation to have with him. And two, now like my wish was granted pretty much because I was like, I really just want to see him play.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be playing like locally. The crazy part is he's 2 weeks away from a place that's 30 minutes apart from the venue. Yeah. He must be staying here somewhere.
Far. He must have like a cabin in the woods or something like that. Something off the grid.
Something, yeah.
Like
something
an underground Hobbit house. Or something.
They usually put him up in the Hunt Valley Hotel.
Yeah, across the street. Yeah, the Embassy Skeets.
The Skeets. Yeah, he might be at the Skeets. He might be in the hotel.
Like well, we don't know.
That's where Malcolm McDowell stays in the hotel.
That's also because it's Malcolm McDowell. He's asleep by 8:30.
Once he takes four of his pairs of glasses
Corey Feldman doesn't sleep for weeks at a time. And bad shit will happen at Hunt Valley.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, there's people out there looking for cocaine. And they're not Corey Feldman.
They're going to find it.
They're going to find some cocaine.
About a lot of cocaine.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that will be another thing to talk about. I'll be like, I was at your show.
Yes.
It was a local show for me. I was nearby.
You were right up the street from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your house?
Where do you live? And where are we going after this, Corey?
That's right. Who has the cocaine?
You really think he's a fucking like nut?
Are you fucking
he's on
kidding
drugs
me?
And shit like that?
Have you ever watched him talk? Have you ever watched him talk?
I felt like it was just all the molesting.
No.
It warped his brain. Fried him.
I mean, it drove him into drug use, but the drugs are what destroyed his brain.
I thought he was just haunted by the nightmares of it. Oh, well.
He's high and burnt out. Oh my God.
That's all right.
Yeah,
that's all right. I've known people like that.
Oh, sure.
I can hang with it.
Well, sometimes things get real crazy. Well, especially when you're a child star, right?
That's true.
You know?
Well, yeah, when they're veering out of traffic to hit you on the sidewalk.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's like, I've been tempting the devil for a long time, son. And now we're going to tango, you know? So,
you just know it's an inevitability. It's like a time bomb that if you're near it at the wrong time.
You get to his room and open the door. Somehow he's hired people to remove all the furniture. And it's just him in a chair in the doorway of the bathroom.
Oh, man.
With just the light behind him on, casting a silhouette.
That sounds great.
He's got a single thick strand of hair coming down in front of his face.
He's wearing.
All of it's back. The rest is in a ponytail. He's got his little sparkly hooded jacket on. No pants. Completely from the waist down. Nothing.
Butt ass
just
nude.
Sitting in this chair, and he's saying, "So, ready to do some cocaine?" Right?
You say yes.
Yeah, but he invited you at like 11:30 at night. You got another 2 days at con. It's only Friday.
That's true.
Yeah, he wants to gear up for the weekend. You need to rest up for the weekend.
That's true.
That's
true.
Sometimes you can't hang.
I think the best thing to do in that scenario is just kind of go to the bathroom real quick. Well, he's in front of the bathroom. You might have to step out for a minute and then just kind of.
There's nowhere to go, and he knows it. See,
you're going to do cocaine.
He can smell the panic in your blood, not even on your skin, like it's in your sweat or something. In the blood. He's developed that sense over the years.
Oh my God.
He's been all kinds of things. A werewolf. He's been all kinds of stuff.
A vampire.
Oh man.
He's been a lot.
He's gone through the gamut, and for whatever reason, he settled on cocaine. So that became his new world. And that's where he lives to this day. It's a P.O. box, but it's still cocaine.
I don't doubt a word of it. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. What about weird news?
That's weird news time. I'm running out of steam now. We heard enough about Corey.
There's no cocaine.
Just know that we've got a lot more good experiences to talk about coming up. You can.
No, that's the other thing too. We got to talk about that we didn't finish talking about last time.
Oh yeah, we got to announce it.
Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. What song are we gonna play? I don't know. This is all going to be in line. Here we go. All right, Matt and I are doing another
show. There's a whole second show coming. It's going to suck. It's going to fucking suck. And it's not even. We've been encouraged.
Yes.
We've been wrongfully encouraged by other more successful people.
Yes.
To be on their platform and assist them with content. Yep. I think what my goal is, as far as like my contribution to Say You Love Satan's umbrella,
right,
is that I'm going to create the bar that's so fucking low that everything they make looks like gold. People are going to be like, God Almighty.
We call that a foundation, baby.
That's right.
That's the thing that holds everything up.
Laying it.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Yeah,
we'll hold it down, way down, way down.
I just like. The amount of hate, first of all, the amount of like attention, then the amount of hate. But we will lose listeners so quickly. We will shed them like
I am ready.
We will shed them like COVID cells from an unvaccinated fucking Trumper
and through,
right
and through,
and through. They're gonna be shedding left and right all over.
Can't wait. The two-headed horror show.
The two-headed horror show, where we go over horror news.
Yeah.
This is the clarity.
Why are you talking about it? You don't even know what we're doing. You don't even know what we do on this show.
They're all questions.
I'm the one that says, okay, we're going to start the show. Okay, it's weird news time. Okay, the show is over.
I just come and I'm like a person standing in a doorway.
Yes.
That's watching
you
watch
Feldman
TV
right now. And I'm walking into the room with no furniture.
I got a cowboy hat on and my dick just flopped out. Let's do it.
So, yeah, it's going to be good. So that'll be coming forthright. But still in the works. But it's gonna be cool to be out there for other people to hear, and people are already listening to this show.
I'm like
that
really
not, and they should, but they're doing it anyway. Much to our great and very impetuous warning.
That's true. We try to warn you,
but you just don't take it. So what are you gonna do? But. Okay, well,
I'll tell you what you're going to do.
What you're going to do is
listen to the best part of the show.
That's right, the weird news time. I guess that was almost right on cue there.
That's right.
Right on. We just turned it on. Kept going for the first time. It feels like the first time. All right, Juan. Juan's here. Juan says we should rename the show the Kickstart with Matt featuring Matt.
And both of us just are insistent that we're the main Matt.
Every week we decide who's in charge. That sounds like a plan. Let's see here. We'll do that. And off we go.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstart with Matt.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The Human Torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has button shoes.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
So here we go. Let me get the video up here for our dear friends at home. And we're gonna get.
Oh,
rolling.
yes, I
We're
can't
gonna get
wait.
Some rolling with some weird news.
Let's see it.
Here we go. Off like a herd of
Off like
turtles.
a royal person's head.
That's right. God, this is really going great. Here we
It's
go.
going fantastically.
We're winning all the way. Okay. So here we go for our first story. Professor Lo Chun Mao said people who have lit up in areas where smoking is prohibited in China have hit an unlikely hit back. They found that there are now local programs encouraging bystanders to stare at anyone who lights up a cigarette in public space.
Oh, so some kind of like organized shaming?
Organized shaming has taken over in China, apparently, when it comes to the whole smoking. Cigarette,
I'm so glad I finally quit.
Just in time, because
the death stares
Oh, my
weren't
God.
already
That's
happening
right.
whenever I'd be around people's babies and blowing smoke in their faces.
Oh, now Chris is here and he's saying his phone never told him that we started.
He said, Chris says, the show fucking sucks.
You know what?
It's a scared little boy.
That's all. That's
How to ask for people's food or their burgers.
That's it. Well, cigarettes can harm the health of all of us, Professor Lowe told a meeting of Legislative Council. When the members of the public see people smoking in non-smoking areas, even if no law enforcement officers can show up immediately, we can start by staring at the smokers.
That's where it starts, and the next step
is beating.
Smacking them with clubs, just organized beatings.
Whatever you can find, just start wailing away. When
they don't care about their bodies.
No, exactly.
Just look at what they're doing
it
to
might
them.
as well be a flare that they're lighting.
That's
They tell you
right.
they don't really care.
It's a beacon.
Well,
that says violence.
When someone takes
Inflict violence upon me.
Beat these people down. When someone takes out a cigarette at a restaurant, everyone on the premises can stare at the person. I do not believe that person would dare hit back at everyone at the restaurant as they're just staring at them.
I'm going to tell you how I would feel.
Like some people are going to get punched, but they're not going to punch everybody.
Can't punch us all.
And the more of you who stare, the less people that get punched. In a ratio. I mean, more people probably.
If I was smoking and I was living in China and this happened to me, it would confirm something in my mind. These fears and thoughts I had that I am in a horror movie.
I was going to say it's terrifying.
Or that I'm in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden everyone stares at me like I'd just be like,
you're not supposed to be smoking.
Yeah, but no one would say that. They would all just look at me and I wouldn't associate it to smoking. I'd just be like, oh no. The time has come.
Turn around and start running.
I would run my fucking ass off. Can you imagine the horror of everyone?
Yeah.
That's a cinematic event.
I can't contemplate.
My brain would probably fill in the gaps. And view them all as like claymation monsters.
Like they'd all just turn into like a giant like Hydra beast. You know, right? Oh my god!
Like they're all the many heads of one monster.
Yeah, that cognitive dissonance. Just
their eyes will glow,
turn into all kinds of stuff. Oh man, it'd be great.
And plus, I'd be all high from smoking.
God, you'd be like cat.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
I'd be stressed out. It makes you anxious already.
That's great.
Trust me.
I'm really thinking this is a great approach. I think we should,
I think we should all collectively decide to stare at people for random reasons, not
you know
socially
what?
shameful.
I bet you
ones.
at some point in time, somebody's been like yelling at somebody and be like, "You're a fucking asshole. I hate you, whatever." And they're like, "I wish you'd fucking die." And then that person had a brain aneurysm at that exact moment and dropped to the ground. And the rest of their life, they went around thinking they're magic. It had to have happened at least once.
I love the law of averages say that. I mean, it probably could have, and if it hasn't yet, it will.
Yeah, exactly right.
At
some point during the story of humanity, that will happen. Yeah,
I'm sure it has something along those lines has happened.
Even better if they like made him like the emperor or something like that. Yeah. Like obviously you are a god. You are in charge of
everyone.
Everything.
Just backs the fuck up, starts bowing.
He's like, "Oh no, my fingers starting to itch a little bit. This popcorn is not having enough butter on it. Might have to start pointing soon."
Starts
he's
wiggling
like,
around.
Just starts raising one knuckle. They'll make me extend it.
You've seen what I can do.
You've seen it. You heard the stories. Professor Lowe said the behavior would help create a non-smoking culture in the city. So taking a quiet bus stop as an example, no one says it's required to comply to the law. But if there is a bunch of people in the queue, it can be very disturbing. Our society is able to create a culture where people will comply with this rule of getting in line and waiting for buses. I hope one day the whole world can be a whole non-smoking culture.
So if you can conform, even if it's for good reasons, if you're so easily able to conform to a societal expectation that you become complicit in this like shaming of public shaming, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd just be going about my business, and it's not my motherfucking business. I might, and if I'm bothered by it, I might say, hey, could you mind going over there a little bit, because it's kind of irritating me. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay. What happened to that? What is going on in China? There's just too many fucking people out there, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Start staring and get ready to be punched.
That's right. Yeah. Because I mean,
there's two things that are going to happen: staring and punching.
Here's what they got to figure out first: getting 90% of the population of China to stop smoking, because these motherfuckers are all chain smokers.
Yeah, they work.
I'm telling you.
On it. Yeah, they'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
But for now, let's just stare at everybody.
People who don't smoke in a room. Go ahead and give them death stares and dirty glances.
Yeah, that's you got to do. You got to do what you can do. And speaking of death stares,
fuck. It's always somewhere weird, isn't it? Go on.
The mayor of Mexico.
I knew it. The mayor of Mexico? Yes. They have one mayor for the...
No,
I thought maybe because all the other nationals died on Everest. It was one of those things where it's like president, vice president, secretary. Then it's like, but then it goes all the way down to like...
I think it does go to the chairman or something like that after that of the house.
Yeah, like how far does it go down? That's what I'm curious about.
Mailroom, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it goes down to like the last guy in the list, and it's just like
the one guy who's like smoking a joint in the stairwell when the nuke drops. Everybody's going.
He just so happened to be in the right spot. And he's like, "Fuck!"
It's like, all right, well, I'm president now.
That's kind of cool.
First thing I'm going to do. No more windows.
No more presidents.
No more presidents.
Never another one. After me, no more.
That's right. I'm the last one. This is the swan song right here. Presidential swan song. Well, this mayor in Mexico married a female alligator. Alligator-like animal. I think it's a caiman. In a traditional ceremony, which is believed to bring good fortune to his people. All right, well,
by who?
Hey, buddy, hey, Vic, you gotta go marry this fucking caiman, otherwise we're gonna have bad luck. You don't want bad luck, do you?
Now you have to marry your mother-in-law.
So,
what the fuck?
Victor Hugo Sosa wed the caiman reptile called Alicia Adriana. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I like both the names. Put them together. As he reenacted an ancient ancestral ritual. It's a little scary.
So, I mean, this is like,
if you Chris says it brings good fortune and a new mayor. Yeah, that's it. Every time. We don't need to impeach anybody.
Get out there and marry that crocodile.
You know what? I think our luck's getting a little bad. Time to get on down the aisle there.
And you need to live in the swamp.
Yeah, that's it. Well, local lore calls the creature the, quote, princess girl. And the mayor, it's very creative. The mayor said the pair, quote, loved each other. So, I mean, she's got her mouth tied shut, so I doubt she's really saying much less consenting to all this. But onlookers clapped and danced in San Pedro, a town of the, Chontal people in southern Mexico, as the two entered into holy matrimony.
So there's one spot in this picture that gives me some hope for their humanity.
The one woman wearing a mask.
There's one woman who is not swayed entirely by superstition and traditions.
She's not smiling or laughing. She's just staring at that caiman, and she's like,
she's on her phone.
She's like, somebody's gonna die, and I'm gonna take a picture.
I can't wait to get on TikTok and be famous.
It's gonna be great.
For when this alligator bride eats this mayor.
She's like, I can finally buy shirts that you can't see my bra through. It'll be great. Be great. And a new hat.
I mean, like, why can't we let old traditions die? You know, most of the traditions were around because people couldn't explain shit. And then the more we explain stuff, we still want to hold on to tradition.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand that some life being magical is kind of fun and cool, but
it's good the Aztecs aren't around anymore, though. I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to keep those traditions going and ripping the hearts out of people every day.
I mean, that would at least serve some purpose to get rid of all these fucking people.
Yeah, the new mayor there too.
We need
I suppose. Well,
I mean, I'd rather the Cayman get elected mayor.
Yeah, I mean, really, cool. It's a puppet government at this point. So it's all Cayman's rights. So, Mr. Sosa said during the ritual, I accept responsibility because we love each other. That's why it's important.
Okay, that's way too eager.
He said, you can't have marriage without love. I yield to marriage with the prettiest girl, or the princess girl. That's what he says.
What? I think this guy's just into bestiality. Probably
something bad's happening. I mean, look at his hair. He's got he's working on it's the same spiny structure that the Cayman has going
that's
down
right.
his back.
Yeah, that's true.
But in this picture is right before he kissed this fucking thing, and I mean, I guess the mouth is shut.
You should not be putting your lips on a reptile like that.
I think you get.
If the doctor was here, she'd tell you.
What you get from chicken was that salmonella?
Salmonella.
Yeah, I believe you get that from
I think it's salmonella as well.
Too, so
do not do that.
Well,
but there's this is a people that need to kind of.
You know what this is? This is a Republican nightmare. Is what this is. This is what they said would happen. They were right again.
They're going to marry the crocodiles.
Next thing you know, people are going to be marrying crocodiles, and just like a Republican. This is a Cayman.
Build the wall higher.
Right, exactly. Build it higher. Increase the wall. Raise the wall. The mayor representing the Chontal King marries the reptile, symbolizing the princess girl in the union of the two communities of the area. I guess it was a real ugly bride there. The reptile wears a green skirt, a colorful hand-embroidered tunic, and a headdress of ribbons and sequins. I did not realize it was wearing a tunic. I don't see a tunic. Maybe it's on the underside, so we can't really see it that well. But before the ceremony, the animal is carried from house to house so the locals can hold her. Will you see it?
Yeah, there's a sleeve.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it now. I didn't realize
the locals all get to hold it. Can you imagine passing your wife around?
That's right. There you go. Meet my wife. So
everybody hold her.
Her snout is bound, so no one. So there aren't any premarital mishaps.
Weak.
And then she's later dressed in a white bride's costume, so that's why she's not wearing the tunic in this.
Can you imagine getting scooped up out of your home, dressed up like a fucking
handed around to hundreds of people who just look at you? They tied your mouth shut, and now they take off these things that they piled all over you and put longer things on you, and then they carry you down an aisle. Some guy looks like he's about to eat you, but then he just presses his face against it. It's real weird. It's a strange world, but she's later dressed in a white bride's costume and taken to the local town hall for the wedding.
I want to make a note here really quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see this immediately on this picture, but it looks like there are 2 Band-Aids on this guy's cheek, and I think he might have received a kiss from the Cayman earlier.
They just wanted to make sure that they were on the same page, so they really want.
I
think they do. Might be from the hand. He gave him a slap,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like, listen, before we get married, I have to tell you. I fucked that fish out in the lobby. It's here. It wants to come in during the wedding. I told them just move on, get out of here, go back to the ocean. But I don't know if it's going to work out. And got a little slap.
Here in Mexico, we like spousal abuse.
That's right.
So we let that Cayman slap the hell out of us and bite my head off.
As long as it's in the rectory. That's all that matters. Don't let that come into church. This is the house of God. Over there, lots of sinning. Lots of bad stuff happens at the rectory. I'll tell you what else bad happened. A rodeo athlete.
Okay.
I don't know that word. Rodeo athlete and his horse died last week when the two were struck by lightning.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
Hi-ho Silver Way. And
damn. There's going to be one for the record books.
So the man was checking on the cattle in a rural part of Nebraska.
Okay.
Terry Vineyard. Maybe he pronounced it Vineyard. He might have been a rebel. We don't know up there in Nebraska, but he was 27 years old. He was on horseback when he was struck by lightning Wednesday, June 21st.
He shouldn't have been wearing that metal cowboy hat.
No. Yes. Chris says he hopes Thunder Horse was playing. Yes. I'm sure he had the radio cranked in his horse, Chris. So the officials received a call about the strike and arrived at the scene shortly after 2 p.m. where they found Mr. Vineyard dead.
Damn.
The autopsy found he'd been struck by lightning. He was one of 6 fatalities caused by lightning strikes just this year, according to the National Lightning Safety Council. There's a whole group of people that are like, stay inside.
Their symbol is just Zeus with a big X through it.
No Zeus. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, I ain't afraid of no Zeus.
No, not at all. Mr. Vineyard was one of the So in a Facebook post, Mr. Vineyard's wife Stacy thanked the community for their support following her husband's death. A GoFundMe page was set up in his memory, and it states, Mr. Vineyard bought Dose, the horse he was riding a few years ago.
I thought you were going to say Mr. Vineyard bought the farm.
He bought the farm. Well, the last line does kind of touch that. Terrell and Dose, well, they left for greener pastures together.
Oh,
makes them sound like they skipped town. Going out for some marbles, honey. I'll be back in a few. And
it sounds like the Fatal Plus needle was just so long that it went through his leg and into the horses and just filled them both up like donut jelly. Just filled them up with poisonous fucking.
Sometimes your horse is your best friend.
Poisonous fluid.
There you go.
Goodbye, horse.
There you go. So there you go. If you're out there riding around in the middle of the night, I guess it was in the middle of the night. They were saying it was shortly after 2 p.m. But
I guess, it was like in the middle of the fucking day.
I guess so. Or I guess that's when they found him. But
I'm only a little disappointed that this didn't happen during a rodeo performance.
Yeah.
Like he was in the ring and it just.
She's devastated. She wishes she got struck by lightning again.
Fine.
Again. Well,
that
sometimes
just goes to show you, man.
Lightning does strike twice. This is a follow-up.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
A woman who married a ghost from the Victorian era has revealed she's divorcing him.
Son of a bitch.
It's not working out.
What the fuck?
He just has no content. Picard sent shockwaves around the world when she announced her nuptials to Eduardo. All right, everybody was like, what the fuck is going on with this whole thing in Eduardo? The 40-year-old said that the devilishly handsome soldier burst into her bedroom on a stormy night, and their fate was set.
I remember this.
Was all that was left.
He busted in, he kicked the door down, and he was like, "Get down on fours."
That's right. It's
wench.
time. That's right. Lower yourself.
Oh yeah, he's a Confederate soldier.
Oh my God!
I believe in slavery and banging every bitch I come in contact with. Now get on down here. You see this bullet hole through my shoulder? I died from that. Normally it's fine, but it got infected.
That's right. You see those bone bedposts? Those are my legs. You thought you were being edgy, but you invoked my curse. Now get on the floor.
Suck this ghostly dick.
I borrowed a whale's dick because it's the only one that's got a bone for a penis.
He's all rattling. He's like, you better swallow that ectoplasm.
That's right. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. These are my floors.
This is who I am.
My floors.
These are my floors. This is my house.
This is my house now. I'm in it. Once a man's naked in the house, it's his. That's soldier rules. They decided to get hitched after only 5 months of knowing each other. And they had their wedding on Halloween last year. Surprise, surprise.
Didn't even make it a year.
However, things quickly went from bad to worse. This is the point where you turn everything black and white on the True Hollywood Story. She said that Eduardo got drunk on their honeymoon in Barry Island. He probably went out and fucked a bunch of prostitutes. He went straight to the red light district.
It's his right as a Confederate soldier husband to get drunk.
He has to nurse that loss for eternity.
He's
forever.
Dead. You still got flesh. You're still the meat like
you can
being in this world, this earthly plane.
Yeah, you're not bound by the laws of spiritual ectoplasm. And you've got two choices. You can put up with his drinking, or you can get to work on a time machine, because one way or the other, he's going to deal with this issue that they lost. It was.
You either convert him to the right side in the past.
Exactly right. That, or you make the Confederates win. Just so you don't have to deal with this drinking. I mean, might be worth taking one for the team for this.
But then your house will be haunted by all the slaves.
That's right. It gets worse. Yeah, it's a perfect fucking Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, to make matters worse, or rather, once he started drinking, he got very possessive. She said. To make matters worse, the ghost
possess her body.
Oh, yeah, maybe it might be in that. Sense of the word.
Yeah.
It's both spelled the same, so it's difficult to tell. We'll see from the context clues. But to make matters worse, the ghost also apparently developed an unsettling fascination with Marilyn Monroe.
The lunacy is unprecedented. This whole fucking crazy story, every single little bit of it is completely fabricated.
Seen Marilyn Monroe until after our wedding night.
He got drunk,
and
started just
he was
watching
very
her
possessive
movies.
of me, and he was hooked on the Marilyn Monroe. He just wanted. He said, "I'll never have a birthday for her to sing to me," and I'm very disappointed that all the presidents in the
all I have is a death date.
I've only got that. Once you have that second number,
once they put it on the tombstone, man.
That's right.
You're not allowed to celebrate the birthday anymore.
It is written in stone.
Do you have to celebrate people's birthdays or their death days? Does anyone celebrate people's death days who they loved, not who they hated?
Yeah, it's an Italian thing.
Oh, okay.
And Catholic thing too. A lot of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anybody who's all about the resurrection usually is real.
He's with Jesus now.
He's with Jesus. He's with Jesus.
I'm
a year
jealous.
now. Yeah. I'm jealous a year now. So the 40-year-old said Eduardo would disappear for days and then come back smelling of Chanel No. 5, which was Monroe's signature smell. He was just bathing in it, probably. He was just in a whole vat of it.
I'm not going to interrupt anymore.
I just want
this. All of this is way better than my commentary.
Yeah.
So go on, please.
Yeah, so while she tried to put down boundaries with her new husband, that only sent him further into a rage. So she decided to return to the chapel where they exchanged vows. Guess what she did, Matt?
She got an exorcism.
Performed an exorcism.
At least she's doing it authentically.
She's sticking to the script. She said, "Our relationship has always been turbulent from the very beginning."
Wait a minute. Isn't this analogous to hiring a hitman to kill your wife? Like, she basically cast him out of the earthly realm.
It's only because he didn't live long enough to have a social security number. She's like, it's fine. Just give him an exorcism.
Wipe him off. No one will ever know.
Yeah, just wipe him off like a bug from the windshield.
Damn, that's cold. This bitch is cold as hell. No wonder he was trying to chase Marilyn Monroe. First of all, guess what? They got something in common.
Exactly.
They're both dead.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, they both had loose morals. And, one was about the rights of human beings, and the other was about, traditional.
Traditional. Just personal. Well, our relationship had always been turbulent from the beginning, with the stark contrast of him being threatening and possessive, and then warm and intense. But I slowly began to tire of being married to a free spirit. He was inconsistent, barely present. I came to the conclusion that with the journey of Eduardo, it had no positive conclusion, and his energy was dragging me down. All you got to do is watch a ghost show for like 15 seconds. And the first thing they're going to tell you is they're going to suck your energy out.
Why are we reporting any of this as a human people instead of committing her to an insane asylum?
Well, because she's got all these outfits and
her
whole eyeshadow.
Her whole face freaks me the fuck out. I can't stand. She's got the face of like, she's like if Winona Ryder didn't have any money anymore.
Yeah. This is if she had to do her own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the forward head tilt is usually a pretty good sign that either she has a couple. She's got some things going on she doesn't like about herself a whole lot.
Yeah, but it's not helping though because she just looks like skeletal.
It's worse. Yeah.
Yeah, and she looked like fortunately, if you're perceptive enough to take these giant, humongous red flags into consideration, you can just notice that there's something desperately wrong with this woman's mind. She is
It's going to get better.
There's more?
We're not done.
There's still more?
Yeah, we're not
okay,
done
oh
yet.
my God. Okay.
There was no breakup conversation, Matt.
Okay.
I consulted a psychic medium to help me assert my boundaries over Eduardo and try to tame him, but it didn't work. He grew increasingly more aggressive and nasty and began to haunt me with the sound of a screaming baby. I concluded that the only way to get rid of Eduardo was to exorcise him. So I embarked on another harrowing process in the chapel that we got married in. All right. After hours, he was finally purged from my system. I felt light and free and excited to be released from prison where I had been taken after the police came to arrest me. I put that point. I felt light and free and excited to be released from his troubled spirit. Since the exorcism, I haven't felt his presence or seen him. The whole energy has shifted and it feels a lot more light and joyful. I'm quite adamant that I no longer want to be haunted by Eduardo. So his presence isn't even welcome in my life. She wrote a song called Just Another Anthem, all about the relationship. And she believes it is an in-your-face message to symbolize that she has moved on.
This reads like a passage from American Psycho. I'm not even exaggerating it, okay? Land of the free, home of the fucking crazy.
Oh my God. And I just love it so much.
Who is reporting on this as news? Like who?
They got to follow up because the original one was like, that's kind of cute and weird, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when it goes completely psychopathic, that's when you really want to tune in because you've already got the audience to like, oh yeah, remember that whole
oh yeah, that was
thing?
really, really weird.
That was
like
a
if
weird
we had
one.
a whole follow-up story that the Cayman ate the entire mayor.
Oh man, it got
first.
loose. Yeah, it got loose
Just-
in the middle of the night. Yeah, yep. That's it.
in his bed.
Like Pac-Man. Meow, meow. Yep, it would be perfect. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you who else probably was a Pac-Man. Police responded to a report of a screaming woman in Essex, England. They were surprised to discover the source of the suspicious sound was actually this man.
When you shave your face, why do you stop at the second chin? Okay, and then there's long hairs.
It's like, hey Gary,
rolling
you
through.
probably shave after you put your shirt on, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, well, otherwise I don't have anywhere to stop.
You keep, first of all, you go all the way down to the nipples because
Is that what you do?
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to.
when you have hair like that.
Imagine you're wearing an executioner's helmet. The hood comes down just beyond the bust line.
That's right, just right there.
That's where you're supposed to shave to when you're this type of person.
If you're yes,
When
because look at that.
when
look at
you're
the
on
length of
this
those hairs.
particular tree of the primate branch, that's where you shave to. It's in the Geneva Convention.
Otherwise, don't bother.
Yeah, exactly
You know,
right. Yeah.
have some uniformity.
Well, I don't want to say he has like limited energy to do things, but I imagine most of it is not spent well.
He looks like if I hadn't quite found the features of the face in a clay sculpture I was making.
You're
I'm still working on it.
trying to place the cheekbones. Yeah. You gotta
like,
go around here somewhere.
Look how even his ears are thick.
He's
What is going on?
He's just an
And
unrefined
I put a little bit
individual.
extra spit on that one.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
well, you got to, you really got to moisten it up there. Sometimes the clay
I don't know
starts
if
to
it's-
harden.
I'm not sure if it's
Well,
I'm not sure if it's just the closeness of the photograph
yeah,
that's making him, but every single feature, I mean, he looks like a giant.
he does. Yeah, he's very disproportionate, but he is indeed a real person. But the suspicious sound was actually a squawking pet parrot. So you can sort of, like, okay, it's, parrots can be
Yeah, they can be
noisy.
loud,
They can mimic sounds, whatever.
Sure, they can be obnoxious. Yeah.
So Steve Wood, 54, who detailed the incident in a video he put on his social media, said he was initially confused when police showed up to his home. I thought, oh my God, what have I done?
the depth of guilt.
The best part is that he probably has done something wrong, and he thought they finally found out. It's like, thank God, it's just about the parrots.
The body. Oh, huh? Oh.
Oh no, it's not. It's just a parrot. It's just a bird. But you know,
you mean screams like today?
When were they? Yeah.
Or was
What
it 1975?
Yeah, what time?
At 12 p.m.
Because certain things echo on, if you know what I mean. I opened the door to two police who were laughing and said, "Don't worry, friend. I think we've got this one figured out." The officers explained that they received a report of a screaming woman, but when they arrived on the property, it immediately became clear that the sound was actually the squawking of Wood's parrot. Excuse me, parrots, because Wood has 22 fucking parrots in his house. This is what a man who has 22 parrots looks like. And you know goddamn well that he's done very bad things in his life.
There
he is covering up some bad smelling shit with a bunch of parrots.
I'll tell you what he's not covering up is that chest hair bleeding through his shirt collar.
But look, you see the stars down below. Those aren't stars on his shirt.
Oh,
it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh, you're right.
Wood said all of his parrots tend to be vocal in the mornings and evenings. But one of the birds, 3-year-old Freddie, has been especially loud lately. I'm just surprised it hasn't happened previously, he said. It's like, I'm just grateful that nobody's called the police before. You know?
I've never heard them scream like that
Yeah,
before.
I thought the police did an extremely good job.
Unless you've gotten any reports, in which case they always scream like this.
Yes, that's right. If
all the time.
Whatever you think is happening, as long as it's birds, is right.
It's correct.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I said I thought the police did an extremely good job in turning up to protect families. A family couldn't have been around, so the police attended properly.
I love how they protect families because I only really kill women.
That's right. Single women, small, that I can fit in the trunk of my car.
Small,
real small,
smaller than these hands.
That's right, because they got to fit in these hands and they got to fit in this bird cage. Because let me tell you what, if you cover somebody enough suet, these parrots will take care of the rest. All it is duck fat and seed. That's all it is, friends.
Oh my God!
Yep, it's just another Thursday.
He's got the 1,000-yard stare of a man that's killed.
Yeah, he's looking through that parrot. That's a window to terror.
He's not looking at it.
He knows what this parrot has seen, and he's using him like a Viewmaster from like the 1990s. And that wheel is all murder. It's all murder.
Just blood.
That's right.
Blood.
That's right. Well, speaking of murder, Burger King's new dish in Thailand. I mentioned this last week, but I swear to fucking God, it's real. The Burger King's new dish in Thailand is causing a bit of meltdown for foodies. Way to go, because that's the only pun you're going to get in. Fast food joint seems to abandon its have it your way motto when it debuted a totally cheese, quote, burger on its Facebook page in Thailand. It's no joke. It's for real.
Nope.
Even they wrote that on their Facebook translation. The post showed off melty 20 slices of American cheese between the classic sesame seed bun.
You couldn't pay me to eat that.
No meat, no veggies, no condiments, nothing.
You couldn't pay me to eat one.
I would
slice
never.
Of
I
American
love cheese.
I love every
cheese.
cheese. Almost every cheese. American is. I hate it. I don't know what it is. I think it's like the milkiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it. And it's also, I think, whatever the fakeness of it is, that gets it to like that's plasticky.
It's fake and plasticky.
Yep.
Just don't like the way it tastes.
I can't stand it.
No,
can't stomach it.
all. Well, no, I love cheese, and I would never.
Wouldn't eat this?
I would never eat this. No.
Oh, really?
Oh, no,
is it because
no.
it's missing the meat?
Yeah, there's no meat. You got to have something else.
What if it was a sliver of meat?
If it was a slip, no, because the bun and the cheese is the problem. I'd eat the cheese, but
you would just get
the bun and the cheese. Oh my God, it would be so fucking dry.
Oh, I see now.
Fuck that.
What if it was sauced up?
Well, if there was good sauce on there, especially if it was in between, a few sauces.
Every layer, yeah.
Oh man,
a little bit of sauce on every layer,
like a fucking baklava or something.
Yeah,
like
that would be
my God, cheesy baklava.
I bet. Okay, let's say they took that amount of cheese and kind of rolled it in dough and then fried it. Would you eat that?
No.
What if it was like
fried food? Doesn't always
really
do it for me. I'll eat it, but it doesn't always tickle my fancy.
Okay, needs to be moist.
Yeah, it's the moisture factor. Yeah, it's because it's the texture. The texture is first. That's very important. Then after that is the sauce. What kind of sauce are you giving me?
Okay.
And it's got to be spicy, something like that. You got to give it a little bit of kick. That's what does it for me. But BK Thailand tempted lactose lovers more on its website, calling the burger the real one.
John Bernthal.
The real cheese, full of flavor for those who love cheese, according to a Google translation. So this person was just like, we're just going to Google translate this whole article.
Let's have ChatGPT do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the super cheeseburger was first made available on Sunday, and it cost the equivalent of $3.10.
That's not that bad.
So it's kind of
it's stupid for that much.
That's reduced from the regular price of $10.90.
What the fuck?
Okay. It's a lot of cheese. What they did with the double cheeseburgers used to be $1. Bumped them up because of that extra slice. But diners, however, were left less than satisfied. People began to weigh in on Twitter, explaining how the trend to put cheese on literally everything is happening in Thailand. Despite being fans of cheese, he said most people struggled eating even half of the burger.
So, here's what McDonald's been doing lately, by the way.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? They're just getting so bold. We can get away with anything. Fuck you. We're going to straight up try to kill you.
Yep.
Whole cheeseburger. And we'll get that fucking Grimace shake. We're just going to, the next like McDonald's trend is going to be the bullet burger, where they load it in a gun and they put it in your mouth and they blow your fucking brains out the back of your head.
Did you get a double barrel? Yeah.
Double tap it.
Double tap it.
Make sure you're real dead.
That's it.
It's delicious.
And they just have a long broomstick that they just press the gas pedal to get the people out of the drive-thru. Just crash them right off the hill.
Ice cream machines down, but they can reach down and reach your gas pedal with a broomstick.
Actually,
but you can't buy fucking ice cream at this.
No,
you can buy 20 slices of American cheese on a bun.
Ice cream machines down. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no, we don't have any ketchup left. No. You want some cheese on that? We can hook you up though. We've got plenty of that. So Burger King has appeared amid a lot of controversy, including another viral moment when its Brazilian business kicked off a collaboration with the Barbie movie, offering a burger with questionable-looking pink gooey sauce, as well as a cute pink milkshake with a donut on top.
What the fuck?
It's not that strange. I mean, they've done remember they did black buns where they dyed them with charcoal. They've done all kinds of shit. They're just like, please, just give us your money. Please.
Don't forget about
We're weird. Come on, it's like a freak show. We just feed you. You're the freak show because you're eating it.
They're gonna do an Oppenheimer?
They are. It's the sequel. It's all about Burger King.
Have you seen these memes where they're because Barbie and Oppenheimer are coming out the same weekend? They're like combining them Barbieheimer, and it's just like the most disturbing thing, and it wasn't even a fucking meme.
Mm-hmm.
I saw little clips of the premiere of Oppenheimer, and I just see Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy and all like the actors and the people who made it. They're smiling and they're posing and they're taking pictures and they're laughing. And this is all about a movie. Like there's zero reverence,
right? Of course,
for a movie about a motherfucking bomb, the biggest fucking bomb that man has ever known and has ever used, and all of the death. Can you imagine? Fast forwarding through time, having your family have been completely like wiped off the map,
melted off the map,
just obliterated, like in unprecedented ways. In an unprecedented, and ever since then, never has happened.
Right.
And you go and there's a movie that they made, an entertainment movie.
They're like, let's
made.
Yuck it up at this guy.
And they're like, ha 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 ha. Seth Rogen's up there for some reason.
He's gotta be.
He's doing his laugh. The horror, the fucking irreverence horror of it.
Yeah.
It's just audacious as fuck to me. I cannot believe it. Oh, yes. It's almost as bad as 20 slices of cheese between buns.
And that's the way to do it. It's almost as bad as our show, because we'll see you next time on another episode of Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
That's it, folks. Just like that bomb, we're dropping you out, big boy.
And we're going to leave a path of destruction in our wake that has never since been felt, seen, or conceived.
That's right. And if we have anything to do with it, it's not going to be conceived with a Cayman.
That's right.
Hopefully.
No.
Hopefully. If it is,
Well, I'm voting for it.
We got
for
that.
mayor.
We got that exerciser girl. So
That's right.
She can.
That's
we're gonna
right.
bring everybody together at like a conference. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Whatever we're gonna do. All right, Juan, and we got somebody else. Chris is here. The other person. Yeah, Chris has been here.
Chris.
One of these days, Chris is going to pop out of that portal that we call the door. La Puerta is what they call it down there where they marry Caymans.
That's right.
And so it's close enough. It's from the same Latin root, but porte. So
it's the same Latin roots as Chris can claim.
Oh, yeah.
Chris's family's tree runs, those roots run deep. They run Latin America,
all the way under the ocean, from the very British heritage.
It's the same sweet emotion that I get from you.
Oh man,
Chris,
ain't that America? All right,
let's just song quotes the whole way through. Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where we're just looking at the camera.
Yeah,
make sure you live your life before it passes you by. Hey, also,
what are you doing?
Hit a guy head on.
That's right.
In your car and kill him.
Yeah, kill him. But then
you marry the Sex and the City girl.
And everything goes away.
The penance.
Everything
God
goes
forgives
away.
you.
That's your plea bargain. I'm just telling you ahead of time. Just telling you up top, you're going to marry the Sex and the City girl, and that's going to be your life. But it's better than
we'll be even.
It's better than you being the wife.
That's true.
In prison. Pride Month's over.
Oh no. Oh God.
We love you.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Run.